What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In just 19 days, the UFC is set to debut on Paramount Plus with UFC 324, headlined by a high-stakes lightweight clash between Justin Gaethje and the number 5 ranked Paddy Pimblett. With Fight Night rapidly approaching in Sin City, all eyes are on the main event, but a potential issue has sparked concern among fans. Over the past month, Justin Gaethje has been releasing weekly episodes of his YouTube series, giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at his preparation. In his most recent upload, viewers noticed a visible mark on his neck. Almost immediately, speculation took over social media, with some fans suggesting it could be a staph infection, a nightmare scenario so close to a major fight. Gaethje did not stay silent for long. He quickly shut down the rumors on social media, responding directly to the speculation. He explained that the mark on his neck was not an infection at all, but simply a healing ingrown hair. Gaethje also joked that people had paused his video at the worst possible moment, even referencing a screenshot of him eating brisket to mock how the situation was being exaggerated. He doubled down on his explanation, again stating that it was nothing more than an ingrown hair and a piece of brisket hanging out of his mouth, adding a sarcastic tone to his response. Despite that clarification, not everyone was convinced. Several fans reacted skeptically, flooding the replies with sarcastic comments and laughing emojis. Some mocked the explanation, suggesting that the mark looked far too large to be something minor. Others openly dismissed Gaethje's comments and accused him of trying to brush off a more serious issue. The jokes and criticism continued to pile up, with fans comparing the size of the mark to something much bigger than an ingrown hair. For now, there is no official indication that Gaethje is dealing with any medical problem that would threaten the fight. As it stands, the bout with Paddy Pimblett is still on, and Gaethje appears confident that there is nothing to worry about. With UFC 324 drawing closer, fans will be watching closely for any further updates as the countdown continues. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Sean O'Malley has fans talking after dropping some surprising comments that hint at a possible retirement as early as 2026. On a recent episode of his podcast, Sean opened up about how he sees the next couple of years playing out, and his words definitely raised eyebrows across the MMA world. According to Sean, he is not interested in planning too far ahead. Instead, he is focused on handling business one fight at a time. He explained that his current vision for 2026 is simple and aggressive. First, he wants to take care of Song Yadong. After that, he has his eyes locked on a fight with Petr Yan. In his own words, if he gets through those challenges successfully, retirement in 2026 could be on the table, and he even described that year as being lit. Sean went on to say that this could potentially be the last true Suga year, suggesting that fans may only have a limited window left to watch him compete at the highest level. He acknowledged that some fighters choose to stay in the sport as long as possible, while others prefer to walk away on top, and it sounds like he is leaning toward the second option. At the same time, O'Malley was honest about how unpredictable fighting can be. He admitted that trying to map out the next 2, 3, or even 5 years is almost pointless in a sport where one bad night can change everything. If he goes out there, loses, and then loses again, he made it clear that he would have no issue walking away from the game altogether. Ideally, though, Sean believes the perfect ending is winning big fights, proving he is still better than the top contenders, and then stepping away on his own terms. He emphasized that he still knows he can beat these guys and wants to test himself before deciding what comes next. For now, O'Malley is focused on Song Yadong, chasing the Petr Yan matchup and seeing where life and fighting take him after that. Moving on to another news, Conor has been spending time giving back to the Irish community, using the new year as an opportunity to support those who are struggling. Over the holidays, he was seen in Dublin, handing out supplies, stopping to speak with people, and listening closely to the stories of individuals experiencing homelessness. Rather than making it a quick appearance, Conor took his time engaging with people on the streets, offering encouragement and words of motivation. He spoke passionately about resilience, comparing life's struggles to getting knocked down in a fight. He explained that just like in the octagon, getting back up is what truly matters, no matter how hard the fall feels in the moment. Conor told people to lay their heads down at night, believing that tomorrow would be a good day. He stressed the importance of waking up with that same belief, even if life has left bruises along the way. His message focused on mental strength, consistency, and the idea that every single day is another chance to move forward. During one interaction, Conor listened as someone shared a painful personal story about being robbed and dealing with hardship. He responded with empathy, reminding them that the strength inside them is greater than they realize. He emphasized that not everyone has that inner toughness, and that surviving difficult times already proves how strong they are. Conor continued to motivate them by talking about building strength day by day. He encouraged them to say out loud that they are strong today and that they will be even stronger tomorrow, and stronger again the day after that. His tone was intense but supportive, pushing positivity with the same energy he brings to competition. The moment showed a different side of Conor, one focused less on fighting and more on lifting others up. For many people there, his words and presence clearly meant a lot, offering hope, pressure, and motivation heading into a new year. Moving on to another news, the long-running rivalry between Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier is about to take another wild turn, this time outside of the octagon and inside the world of reality television. Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier, as rival team coaches at Alpha Reality, is now officially happening, and it already feels like a recipe for chaos. Last year, Jon Jones was involved in Alpha Reality when his team went up against Nate Diaz's squad. That season quickly spiraled out of control after a massive brawl broke out during filming. The situation got so bad that Nate Diaz eventually pulled out of the show entirely, despite the Alpha production team trying hard to convince him and his crew to stay. The fallout left a dark cloud over the project, but it clearly did not scare Jon Jones away. For the upcoming season, Jon Jones is back as a coach once again, but this time he will be standing across from one of the most bitter rivals of his entire career, Daniel Cormier. Anyone familiar with their history knows how deep the tension runs between these two. They fought twice at the highest level, traded endless trash talk, and built a rivalry that defined an era of MMA. Putting them together in any competitive environment is risky, and putting them together on a reality show might be even worse. Interestingly, Jon Jones has previously suggested that coaching against Daniel Cormier could actually help them repair their damaged relationship. Jon has said he thinks filming together in Thailand could give both men a chance to move past the hatred and maybe even start building some form of friendship. From his perspective, enough time has passed for emotions to cool, and working side by side could create mutual respect. However, Daniel Cormier does not appear to share that same mindset. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, DC made it clear that he still wants smoke with Jon Jones. He claimed that the two of them will eventually face off in real American freestyle wrestling, and he sounded extremely confident about the outcome. According to DC, he still trains wrestlers every single day, still shoots, and believes that gives him the edge to beat Jon decisively in that setting, adding even more fuel to the fire. Filming for the new Alpha Reality season has reportedly already begun in Thailand. A photo of Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier squaring off face-to-face has surfaced online, instantly reigniting excitement and debate among fans. While it seems unlikely they will ever become close friends, there is a chance that being part of the same show could help them put their differences to the side. That said, it definitely feels like Daniel Cormier is the one holding on to the grudge. Jon has claimed he has tried to be cordial for years, while DC continues to throw subtle and not-so-subtle shots whenever possible. Whether this ends in peace or more fireworks, one thing is certain: watching Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier collide again is going to be must-see television. Moving on to another news, Mario Bautista has made it clear that he wants another shot at Umar Nurmagomedov, and this time he wants it over 5 rounds. The bantamweight contender believes that a longer fight could completely change the outcome compared to their first meeting. Mario Bautista and Umar Nurmagomedov faced each other at UFC 321 on October 25th. On the scorecards, the judges awarded all 3 rounds to Umar, resulting in a unanimous decision loss for Bautista. Statistically, it was a tough night for him. Bautista was taken down 11 times and was outstruck by a wide margin of 81-33. On paper, it looked like a dominant performance from Umar, but Bautista feels the numbers do not tell the full story. In a recent interview, Bautista was asked if he would be interested in running it back with Umar, especially in a 5-round fight. He did not hesitate at all and immediately said yes. Bautista explained that a rematch over 5 rounds would be something he would genuinely enjoy and welcome, believing it would play far more into his strengths. He also shared his thoughts on Umar's future matchups, suggesting that Umar would likely dominate other top contenders and could even secure a finish, possibly by submission. Despite giving Umar respect for his skill set, Bautista remains confident that with the right adjustments, things could look very different in a rematch. Bautista admitted that if he were to face Umar again, his preparation would be completely different. He believes a 5-round training camp would allow him to approach the fight with a smarter strategy and better conditioning tailored for a longer battle. According to him, those extra rounds would benefit him far more than a standard 3-round fight. After their first bout, Bautista said he left the cage extremely frustrated and disappointed. In his own head, he kept replaying moments and feeling upset about how things played out. However, he also began hearing feedback from people around him who felt he had pushed Umar hard. Some even said Umar looked so exhausted afterward that he struggled to speak on the microphone. Bautista pointed out that many fans wanted to see a 4th and 5th round just to find out what would have happened if the fight had gone longer. That belief has stuck with him ever since. In his mind, a 5-round rematch is not only unfinished business, but also the perfect opportunity to show a completely different version of himself inside the cage. Moving on to another news. MMA Guru has openly admitted that Jon Jones would likely beat him up if they ever crossed paths in real life. Speaking on a recent episode of the Overdogs podcast, the outspoken MMA commentator reflected on the consequences of his unfiltered and often provocative commentary, acknowledging that it is understandable why some fighters might not be fans of his takes. Guru explained that over the years, he has spoken about fighters in ways that could easily rub them the wrong way. Because of that, he admitted there are a few people in the sport who would be justified in wanting to confront him physically. He did not shy away from that reality, and even joked that there are moments where he feels genuinely nervous about who he might run into at an MMA event. One name that stood out to him was Jon Jones. Guru said that if Jon ever caught him backstage, away from cameras and public attention, things could get uncomfortable very quickly. While others on the podcast suggested that Jon Jones might actually be nicer than people expect, Guru was not fully convinced, pointing out that circumstances matter, especially if tempers flare behind the scenes. He also mentioned that certain fan groups make him uneasy, particularly large groups of Dagestani supporters at events. Guru suggested that if emotions ran high, a confrontation could easily happen, especially given the passionate nature of MMA crowds. Despite that concern, he made it very clear that if something did happen, he would not take legal action against anyone involved. According to Guru, he is not the type of person to sue someone over a physical confrontation. He said that if he has earned that reaction through his words, then he would accept it as part of the territory. At the same time, he admitted he would still try to stand his ground and respond in some way, even if the odds were not in his favor. Interestingly, Guru also brought up Ian Garry, suggesting that while Garry is generally seen as a nice guy, he could still be someone who might confront him in person. He clarified that he believes Garry is genuinely polite, perhaps even too polite, but that does not mean he would stay silent if pushed too far. Overall, Guru's comments came across as surprisingly self-aware. He openly accepted that his style invites backlash, both verbal and physical. While he laughed off some of the scenarios, he also acknowledged that one day, a real-life confrontation might happen at an MMA event, and if it does, he is prepared to face the consequences of his words. Moving on to another news, Tom Aspinall has shared a fresh update on his health, specifically regarding the eye issue that has been keeping him sidelined. Yesterday, most of the major talking points from the recent Paddy Pimblett and Tom Aspinall YouTube videos were already covered, but one important detail initially flew under the radar, and that was the current status of Aspinall's eye injury. For anyone who might have forgotten, the previous update came at the end of a footwork video. At that time, Aspinall revealed that he had already undergone surgery on one eye, while surgery on the other eye was scheduled for mid-January. Since then, Tom appeared once again, this time on Paddy Pimblett's YouTube channel, where he offered a more detailed explanation of how things are progressing. According to Aspinall, the entire process has been much slower than dealing with a typical injury. He explained that with most injuries, doctors tend to fix the problem straight away. However, eye injuries are treated very differently due to the risks involved. Instead of rushing into surgery, doctors often prefer to give the eye as much time as possible to heal naturally before taking any major steps. Tom confirmed that surgery on his other eye is now planned, but it will keep him out of action for a while. At the moment, he is still unsure exactly how long that recovery period will last. He mentioned that he has an upcoming medical meeting where doctors will determine the next steps and give him a clearer timeline. Aspinall did not hide his frustration with the situation. He described the whole experience as a slow and exhausting process, even calling it a nightmare at times. Despite that, he remains patient and focused on doing what is best for his long-term health. For now, Tom Aspinall's priority is making a full recovery and ensuring his vision is completely sorted before even thinking about returning to competition. Moving on to another news. Bisping has issued a serious warning to Tom Aspinall while discussing the heavyweight's ongoing eye issues. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, the former middleweight champion shared his thoughts on Aspinall's situation, acknowledging that while Tom will likely be okay, there is also a real possibility that he may never be quite the same again. Bisping spoke from personal experience, explaining how dangerous eye injuries can be for a fighter. He recalled his own career, detailing how his retina was detached during his fight with Vitor Belfort. It was reattached, then detached again, and eventually repaired once more. Over time, those repeated procedures led to glaucoma and ultimately cost him his vision in that eye. According to Bisping, once doctors start operating on the eyes, things can easily spiral because the eye is never as strong as it was before. He emphasized that this is not unique to eye injuries, but applies to any part of the body. Once surgeries begin, complications can follow, and even with successful procedures, the body is rarely the same afterward. Bisping pointed out that although medical science has improved significantly over the years, the risks are still very real. To highlight how far medicine has come, Bisping shared a story about his former coach, Jason Parillo. Parillo was once an undefeated professional boxer with enormous talent, but after suffering a detached retina, his career ended immediately. Back then, there were far fewer options to save an athlete's career. While Bisping's own career was extended for a time thanks to doctors doing their best, it eventually still ended with him going blind. Despite all of that, Bisping made it clear that he is hopeful for Aspinall. He said his fingers are crossed that Tom's surgeries go smoothly and that he is able to return to full health. Bisping also addressed fans who believe Aspinall is simply delaying another fight with Gane, strongly shutting down that narrative. He dismissed those claims and defended Aspinall, making it clear that this is a legitimate medical issue, not avoidance. In the end, Bisping expressed hope that the procedures are successful and that fans will soon see Tom Aspinall back in the cage, healthy, confident, and throwing hands against Gane in the not-too-distant future.